Hello everyone, this is Press on the Air. I'm very happy to have another chance to recap you SQFlash product highlights through this webinar training. In the following presentation, we will go through major features of latest SQFlash products and technologies. Also, we will have some case studies for you to have further ideas of SQFlash business model. In the past few years, we have got many successful cases in various vertical markets and sold over 2 million pieces SQFlash till now. Traditionally, machine automation is a typical field that uses a lot of flash storage due to its high vibration operating environment. And now, more and more verticals such as medical, digital signage, and transportation are raising its adoption rate of flash storage to have better performance and reliability than using hard drive. Moreover, gaming and military industries that have masses of security requirements, they would even contribute SSD ODM project for us. We do really hope to co-work with you for more future opportunities. As you can see from this slide, we are offering not only CF card and SSD, but also a lot different form factors of flash storage. So we can really cover most of the system design and provide suitable solution for customer. As in 2014, we can foresee the 2.5-inch SSD can become major portion of our sales revenue. Besides, SATA in the bottom left corner will also have dramatic increase on selling quantity along with the growth of a new motherboard design. In brief, these two SATA flash modules are replacing CF card while PATA interface is gradually phasing out. Besides choices of SQFlash models, the most important thing is how we differentiate SQFlash from other competitors. These are three major parts. Firstly, we have longevity commitment and strict product quality control. Second, we put a lot of resources to develop a more secure storage drive with value-added functions. Last but not least, to provide leading flash management technologies for making a more reliable and endurable flash storage. I will present this in detail for you with SQFlash 820 series as an example. In late 2012, we announced the mass production of SQFlash 820 series, which is the first industrial-grade SATA 3 SSD in the market at that moment. The product series uniquely offered with not only MLC, but also SLC and UltraMLC type flash IC. Besides, it is also the first SATA 3 SSD that supports extended temperature operating environment. And it carries all of our latest technologies for keeping the high data reliability with optimized performance for being an OS drive. As an industrial storage, SQFlash is an Advantech own-brand product that we designed our own hardware and firmware for better fitting industrial applications. Besides, we have direct contact with chip vendor for better longevity, technical support, and even better price support. Next is about manufacturing. We have a series of unique production and qualification process that ensures each of the SQFlash delivered with high quality standard. Even there is any problem from customer side, we have a dedicated support team for prompt and professional tech support. These are all the qualities that makes SQFlash a true industrial-grade storage. Okay, let's move on to some technology features of 820 series SSD. Supporting UltraMLC is the most unique part of SQFlash 820 series. UltraMLC is another SKU in between our familiar SLC and MLC flash type. In a simple way to explain the main idea, UltraMLC is utilizing MLC flash chip but apply SLC algorithm on it. This can reduce the internal complexity of MLC and result with significant raise of endurance, and also the performance become the same with SLC. Here we can see the endurance comparison. SLC is the best choice in terms of endurance for sure, which can bear with over 100,000 write erase per block, while MLC is the lowest one with only 3,000 cycles. UltraMLC is right in the middle with over 50,000 write erase cycle per block. You can see that UltraMLC has more than 15 times endurance than MLC, but cost-wise, it is only half of SLC. That's why we say UltraMLC is a skill in between SLC and MLC, and now becoming a very niche solution for some heavy loading applications like video capturing and surveillance. Flash type has huge effect on SSD endurance, but not the only one. The flash management ability of controller and firmware is also playing an important role of further enhance the durability of SSD. For example, the wear leveling technology can averagely write the disk to prevent flash IC blocks be overused in early stage. And now, SQFlash has more beyond that. We have implemented a new technology called Fragment writing to our A-series SATA storage modules, which provides 7 times more endurance after applying this technology. Let's take a look in detail. In the traditional way, when SSD is processing data into flash IC, the data mapping table in firmware block will be fetched firstly, and then it will be reorganized for accepting new data to be programmed as a whole pack. As you can see, there is a lot overhead to finish this process. It delays writing for sure, and also consumes SSD life during the reorganizing procedure. Fragment writing is actually simplifying the whole writing process. Whenever the new data is coming in, it will be split into small pieces that fit any empty spaces in flash IC and write in directly. So the writing overhead can be minimized and reduce both time and life consumption of each write commands. Here's to compare both approach with real test data. In a consumer-grade 256GB MLC SSD, it can be written with the most a little bit more than 100 TB data. But with fragment writing technology on our 820 series SSD, we can bear with more than 700 TB throughout this SSD lifespan. Also, the performance improvement can be reviewed by the time consumed for a 525GB data package writing. For a traditional SSD, it takes more than 1 hour, but we can make it with only around 15 minutes with fragment writing technology. Furthermore, fragment writing is also supporting a very steady performance no matter the disk is full or is empty. Another design on SQFlash 820 series is toward power failure protection that most of industrial customer cares a lot. SSD nowadays mostly designed with the DDR internally as a cache to boost performance. On the other hand, this design has made DDR becomes part of storage unit, but this part cannot carry data when power is down, so it becomes a big risk when power suddenly cut off during operation. Some of the SSD designers even put supercapacitors in SSD to hold power supply for additional few milliseconds after power off to push data from DDR to flash IC. But considering the instability of supercap on extremely high low temperature and its degradation from time to time, we don't prefer this workaround solution. So we have redesigned the structure of SSD and make DDR as part of processing unit. This new design helps increase computing throughput of SSD controller and consequently to boost SSD overall performance without sacrificing data integrity when power is suddenly down. Besides hardware and firmware improvements, we keep enhancing the security function on SQFlash from the beginning of this product line. Fundamentally, all of the SQFlash support live monitoring function for users to be aware about SSD health condition. Moreover, we have developed a user-friendly tool for optimizing OS to work with SSD efficiently. For those vertical applications with security concerns, the SQFlash integrated security function supports to lock customer software to SSD and can also lock SSD to the platform to prevent data being stolen by others. As for emergency erase, we also improved secure erase function and begin to support erasing by triggering hardware GPIO. This is supported by advanced version of 820 series SSD with embedded AES controller to encrypt data flow inside SSD. When the erase is triggered, the AES encryption key will be removed within 10 milliseconds and make the data in flash IC become invalid. Then, the firmware will set an erasing flag and begin to wipe out all of the data inside flash IC. Even there is a power interruption, the erase procedure will still be resumed after power recovered until all of the blocks are erased. The last step of this GPIO erase is to remove firmware and mapping table in the management block. This will make the disk bricked and cannot be used anymore. This is the standard function we have implemented to our advanced version SSD, but in this kind of military-like industry, everything needs to be customized according to its specific requirement. So, I'd like to begin with case study section to have some detailed discussion. The first case is an ODM for a famous military customer. We got design win in last October with the AES version SSD which just introduced. But in their case, they cannot use GPIO to trigger erase function, so we made them software command to proceed erase. This military-grade erase function also supports various erase patterns defined by different protocols. These are quite different from what we offered originally, but our prompt support is really impressing customer. The firmware customization was done within 1 month, and with the close co-work with customer, they approved the solution within just 2 weeks. They are even going to adopt our 1TB solution later this year. We can expect the dramatic revenue growth later on. Also, we have earned further chance to get other projects of this customer since they are actually planning to share this design to other product groups. This is another typical case that's showing the advantages of SQFlash. The customer is a high-speed chain builder who utilizes SSD in their monitoring console, who has very complicated approval process for qualifying storage devices. So, the key of winning is actually very simple. As long as the performance and reliability of SSD are above average, the most crucial part is longevity. We are almost the only vendor for them to have MLC SSD with more than 3 years longevity, so they don't have to rush on qualifying new SSD for their annual system maintenance. And we can of course enjoy a lot returning order in several years. Also, the power supplying environment of rail industry is very special. We have dedicated AE to cooperate with them and improve EMI ESD matter with current model. And we are also designing a special version 820 series SSD for this customer to easier adapting their unique industrial standard. With this successful project, our local sales has got another chance to approach SOM business. In most of the case, SQFlash business is not necessarily to be won by very difficult customization. This machine automation customer is previously purchased SOM from us, but already stopped. Still, they have strong demand on SIF card. Since we already have a very stable SIF product line, and we offered a very aggressive price with both approval from Win and Miller, then we got the order and process shipment for 10,000 pieces of SIF card within 2 weeks. This is another relatively easy case. We are providing SD card for one of a global medical device maker. We were simply the only industrial-grade SD card vendor at that moment, so they have no hesitation put our product as first priority. And within the last 3 years, the SD card fail rate is averagely 2 pieces per 10,000 pieces. This low fail rate is another point that the customers stick to us for such a long time. The last case of this presentation is the most unique and biggest one so far. This customer is the video editing equipment provider of their national TV broadcasting company. In their industry, video recording device is migrating from tape to hard drive based media, and this is the popular one called IVDR, which is based on SATA protocol and mostly with traditional hard drive inside. With the growth of video resolution from HD to 4K, the performance requirement of IVDR device becomes higher. So, they decided to apply SSD as the core of their solution. As we may already know, video tape always have a write protect switch on it. IVDR is not an exception. Besides, they are looking for high endurance and reliability SSD maker to fulfill their quality requirement. So, SQFlash become one of the best choice for them. We have done this ODM project within 6 months, including housing redesign and write protect function development from hardware, firmware to software. And then, we deliver a couple thousand pieces due to 6 weeks turnaround time with this customized design to catch up at HD recording and broadcasting event of their country. I hope the above presentation has given more ideas to you for promoting SQFlash. This is not just an SSD, but we are a total solution provider of storage with all kinds of integrated security service and high-tier quality control to our industrial customers. The effort selling SQFlash is also not so much compared with selling motherboard, which makes SQFlash a very good business connection with customer. We do really hope this product line can contribute you with more revenue and business opportunities. Thanks a lot for your listening. Please feel no hesitation contact with me if any questions and hope to see you soon.